In this last lecture for Chapter 2, we've already talked about, in previous lectures, talked about answer files for unattended installation. We've talked about image files to do bulk image re-imaging of machines. But I'd like to talk about this idea of provisioning. Provisioning is a new concept in Windows 10 where we can make changes to an existing operating system similarly to how we're able to use WIM files and make changes, like some changes. But those changes are specifically adding things to a system. They're not really going in and changing so much. Provisioning allows us to actually create packages where we can make changes to a system without deleting anything else. One of the main uses for this is if someone were to bring their own machine, bring their own laptop or tablet into a company, you can use provisioning to add important company information and company tools to the device or computer without changing all of their own personal things. As this idea of bring your own device to work becomes more and more popular, this is becoming an increasingly useful tool to use. So I'm going to go over a little bit on what provisioning is and how we go about setting up packages. The Activity 210 in your book is also about provisioning, and it will walk you through doing some provisioning. But I just want to make some comments and show you how it works. It's a little bit different, of course, than your book. There's things just look a little different. The actual options and the functionality is the same. So if I want to create a provisioning package, I need to go to Windows Imaging and Configuration Designer. So just start typing Windows Imaging, and there it is. So I open up the designer, and in here, instead of, the book tells you to click on New Provisioning Package. That's not an option, but New Project will do the same thing. So click on New Project, and I will create it and call this Our Project. Very inclusive. Okay, and we're going to make this a provisioning package, not imaging. We're not going to go about imaging a machine. We're just going to add stuff to an already existing system. And let's do it for desktops specifically. Notice you can do this for something generic with all editions if there is something that will change the same on a tablet and on a laptop and on a desktop. We also have Internet of Things, holographic Windows 10, which I've yet to see, and Windows 10 Team Edition. So there are a number of different types of operating systems that we can create packages for. So let's just do desktop for right now. It will ask me here, do I want to import a provisioning package? This is kind of key, and I'll come back to this in a second, but this is one of the cool things about provisioning that makes it so flexible. But again, I will talk about that as soon as I show you how to go about changing and creating a provisioning package. So I hit finish, and then I'm in the designer. Here in the designer, I can open up the runtime settings, and these are all of the options that I have. Similarly to the answer file, there's a bunch of things that I can change, a bunch of things I can create packages for. So I'm going to go here to accounts, user accounts, and I'm just going to create a new user. I'm going to call that user Fred. And then I add Fred. Uh-oh, they don't like Fred. Well, not really. You're going to see something like this when you add things if there is something else that you need to do. So in this case, Fred, if I open up Fred, because he's all red and he's got an exclamation point by him, he just needs a password. Okay, so if I give him a password, I'll give him the password. Now he's no longer red. Now Fred is all right. So if I were to save this package, I can call this the Fred package. And what would happen is, anytime I run this package on a machine, I will install the user Fred with password on the machine. Now, this is useful in a number of situations. You may have a specific local account, like an administrative account that you want to add for IT to have them access your computer. You may want to add a connectivity profile. For example, if you have a Wi-Fi and a Wi-Fi network in your company, instead of having someone sit down, connect to the Wi-Fi, add the whatever security information you need, add the password, and then get you up on the internet, they can just simply give you a package, runs the package, it'll configure all of that, and they're up and running immediately. So it's pretty cool. Now, one of the neat things about provisioning is that you can have lots of little packages. Like you have an archive of little packages that you can set up for different uses. And then take those packages, and remember earlier it asked if I wanted to import any packages. You can create a larger package made up of smaller packages that you can customize for a specific type of user. Like maybe the IT user, the new IT user that comes in, he has 7 different packages that we have set up that he needs to know. So we will take all 7 of those packages, put them into one bigger package, and run that one, and boom, that's an IT computer. Or maybe someone comes in and they need a finance or maybe even an administrative machine, maybe a CEO machine or whatever. So she comes in, gives her tablet, you run the packages, put all the packages for person in charge, the CEO will say, put that all into one package, run that on her machine, and then boom, her computer is all set up and she's ready to go. So it's a pretty powerful tool, really meant to automate IT's generally mundane tasks. Because anytime we can automate a lot of this stuff, it's just going to be that much better and easier for us. Gives us more time to play World of Warcraft or whatever. I'm kidding. You don't play World of Warcraft during business hours. But seriously, though, this kind of efficiency and having these tools available to do a lot of this stuff automatically really helps and frees up IT to work on other more important issues or to take other calls and deal with other problems. So that is provisioning in a nutshell. Again, Activity 210 will take you through creating a full package and everything. Okay, so that's it for lectures for this week. I hope you found them useful. I hope people are watching them. I will be back next week with more lectures for Chapter 3. In the meantime, get your quiz done, get your labs done, and please, please, please email me if you have any questions that come up about any of the work that you're doing. All right, have a good week.